This past week, we began our study of leadership by looking at a real-life leader in action, Dr. William Hite. And this week, we want to continue along that same vein by looking at another contemporary figure who has become a nationally recognized leader in the field of education. Geoffrey Canada is best known for establishing the Harlem Children's Zone, a comprehensive, transformative educational system in one of the poorest neighborhoods in the city of New York. It's a system that has been replicated in cities around the country with varying degrees of success. Now, hopefully by now you've become familiar with that system and with Canada's work by reading the book Whatever It Takes by Paul Tuck, in which he recounts the process that Geoffrey Canada went through to bring the Harlem Children's Zone into being. Now, whereas last week when we looked at Dr. William Hite, it was too early to tell if the steps he was taking to turn the Philadelphia school system around were going to be successful. But in the case of Geoffrey Canada, we can see the result of his work. And so we want to examine what were the factors that contributed to his success. We also want to examine the cost of that success, not just in terms of dollars and cents, but more importantly, in terms of the impact that he had on the people he led. One question you want to ask yourself as you think about Geoffrey Canada is whether you would have wanted to work under his leadership, even if you knew it was going to be a success. Because you see, effectiveness is not just measured in terms of external results, but also in terms of the effect that the leader has on the hearts and minds of the people being led. Now, in having us begin this class by looking at William Hite and then Geoffrey Canada, I want to stress that I am not necessarily putting them forth as the model of leadership that we should follow. Rather, my objective is to have us become analytical about the factors that go into effective leadership, so that as we continue through their course, we can reflect on how to develop and incorporate our version of those factors into our leadership style. And so, like last week, I want us to think critically and analytically and reflect on what makes for good leadership in people like William Hite and Geoffrey Canada. But then, more importantly, we ultimately want to answer the question, what will it take for us to become effective leaders as well? I look forward to answering those questions with you and learning with you as we continue our study of leadership.